You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
It's now time for Friday Nights with Nautica De La Cruz. But before we get going,
yes,
Nautica, you came in early. You saw what was happening in the building on the floor. We were going crazy watching the Dodgers. We didn't know whether they were going to win. And for full disclosure, you are wearing a Dodgers hat, camouflage style.
Yes,
I need to know where your allegiances are. Are you a Dodgers fan or something else?
Okay, all right. I live in Los Angeles. I'm from New York. My heart is in New York, but my home is here. So I'm a Yankee and a Dodgers fan.
Wait, you can't be both?
Yes. No. You have to understand. I used to go to the stadium in the Bronx where the house that Ruth built. Mm-hmm. And
you know some baseball.
A little bit. You know, I guess I got to thank my dad for that. But which was constructed, I believe, in 1928. I'm not sure. I think. But it's, you know, when you grow up going to Yankee games since you were a kid, you know that you're in love. This is your team. This is your home. But when you move somewhere else,
if I move to New York, I will be a Dodgers fan till I die.
I'm sure you will, but you're either gonna like the Mets, which I don't know about that team, or the Yankees. So I'm just saying, I do love the Dodgers, and they are a great team, and I love Kike Hernandez. He's Puerto Rican. Woo woo.
So what happens when the Dodgers and Yankees meet in the World Series, hypothetically?
Oh well, you know what. Man, that's going to be a hard one. You know what? I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
All right. We're going to keep our mouth shut for now.
Okay.
And where did you go this week?
Well, this week in Discover SoCal, I went to Ramona Museum of California. It's Ramona Parlo number 109, Native Sons of the Golden West. Now, the Ramona Museum of California is a very charming local museum that highlights the rich history of the region. Located in the heart of San Gabriel, this museum was established to preserve and showcase artifacts and stories related to the early settlers and the Native American tribes. It offers a kind of a personal glimpse into the early California history with many artifacts dating back to the late 19th century, donated by members of the community since 1887. Now, the Ramona Parlor, chartered in 1887, is the second largest parlor in Southern California and operates in its own kind of community museum. First opened in 1972 on Figueroa Street in Highland Park, the museum houses a unique and eclectic collection of artifacts. The significance of the relics lies in their origins, and many were saved by the founding members, some of who are influential figures in the early history of Los Angeles. Visitors can also explore artifacts, photographs from the 1906 San Francisco earthquake and fire. I think you mentioned something about that earlier. Along with unpublished images of Theodore Roosevelt and his Rough Riders. No, not the one where DMX was included.
Yeah.
No,
different
not that.
Rough Riders.
Different Rough Riders. Also, an original law enforcement booking log from the early 1900s. Another one of a kind highlight that adds historical depth to the collection. Now, inside the museum also features exhibits showcasing Native American tools, pottery, and kind of cultural artifacts, as well as a pioneer era farming equipment, clothing, and household items. The museum's collections reflect both the diverse cultural heritage of California and the everyday experiences of those who shaped the state's early years. There is also a section dedicated to the town of Ramona itself, offering fascinating photographs, and you might want to just stop by each little corner and kind of look the photographs and the documents. The museum is just very charmful, and it's very educational. It has educational programs and events. They frequently host those there, making history come alive for all the visitors of all ages, whether it's a hand-on demonstration, a guided tour, or a historical reenactment. This museum is a lot of fun. Families, school groups, and history buffs will find something to enjoy, making it a fantastic destination for both learning and fun. Now, despite it being small, It would take you about 30 to about 45 minutes to explore. The Ramona Museum of California also offers rich and rewarding experiences, the perfect stop for anyone interested in discovering more about California's fascinating past. And sometimes, kids are curious about their state, about how a city became a city. And if you're also interested about Native American tribes, I think this is definitely the place that you might want to go. So if you're in the area, don't miss the chance to step back in time and explore this hidden gem. It's very quaint, it's cute, but it is packed with stories and treasures waiting to be uncovered. Now, the catch-22 is that it's only opened on Saturdays. It's opened every Saturday from 1 to 3, but it is free 99.
Free 99.
We love that. And the Ramona Museum of California is located at 339 South Mission Drive in San Gabriel. The website for more information is www.ramonaparlor.org. That's ramonaparlor.org. Once again, it's only open on Saturdays from 1 to 3. Like I said, it's a very cute, quaint place, but it has a lot of great information. And I know Monday is Indigenous Peoples Day. And so, if you want to go this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, 1 to 3, that would be a great place to start.
That was fantastic. I learned something in that. And the website again, very quickly?
It is ramonaparlor.org.
Parlor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When we come back, we're probably going to need you to make a decision whether you're going to be a Dodgers fan or Yankees fan. We need to get this on the record now, okay, and save it in the podcast because in the event that they meet in the World Series, you got to pick a side.
Oh, Mo, why are you doing this to me? I thought we were homies. We were friends.
We are. But if you choose the Yankees, we're going to have a misunderstanding.
Okay.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Mo Kelly, Nautica de la Cruz. Nautica, are you just going to tell them what you were laughing about?
Oh.
How the song?
Like Steph could have picked a better song about the off-air conversation we were having about relationships.
Yeah, I'm not going to bust you out.
No, please don't.
Take it away.
But when I'm done with Hidden Gem, I will give you my final answer of what team I'm going to pick for the World Series.
Fair enough.
Okay? All right. Well, this week's Hidden Gem is Daniela Rojas. Daniela Rojas grew up in the heart of Los Angeles, navigating the challenges of the foster care system from a young age. Bouncing between homes, she often felt like she didn't belong. And with every new school or every new family, the uncertainty weighed heavier. But Daniela always held on to a dream to help others, just as she wished someone had been there for her. Through determination, late night studying, and the support of a few key mentors along the way, she made it to college. Now she's pursuing her master's in social work, driven by a deep desire to lift up young people who have also felt like they have been lost. During the second year in college, Daniela learned about Girls Inc. of Los Angeles, a nonprofit focused on empowering young women to be strong, smart, and bold. Their mission caught their attention immediately. Having been through the foster care system herself, Daniela knew the importance of having role models, and she wanted to be one. She began volunteering with Girls Inc., first working with girls who had faced similar hardships, helping them build confidence and encouraging them to dream big. The experience changed her life. She realized that Girls Inc. wasn't just a program, it was a lifeline, a place where young girls could find support, mentorship, and the belief of their potential. Girls Inc. of Los Angeles was founded to inspire girls to be strong in every sense, strong in body, mind, and in spirit. The organization offers programs that focuses on education, leadership, and health, making sure girls are equipped to face the challenges of the future. Through workshops, mentorship, and after-school programs, Girls Inc. helps girls, especially those from under-resourced communities, recognize their worth and aim high. Daniela found a second home with them, seeing firsthand and transformative power of community and guidance. Founded by a group of passionate women in 1864, Girls Inc. started with a simple goal: to provide safe spaces for young girls, encouraging them to pursue their dreams no matter what the obstacles were. Over the years, the organization has grown, serving thousands of girls across the country, all while true to their mission of fostering resilience, self-worth, and empowerment. For Daniela, girlsincla.org became more than just a nonprofit. It was a symbol of what was possible when you lift others up. Today, she is not only pursuing her master's, but also dedicating her time to giving back, ensuring that every girl, no matter her background, knows she has the strength to shape her own future. And a little bit of information, Girls Inc. has 78 chapters across the United States and Canada. How I first found out about it was I was in Santa Barbara and I saw all these, those kind of like little billboards they have on the poles, the light poles. It just said girlsinc.org, girlsinc.org. And I was like, what is this girlsinc.org? And then the friend that I went with, she knew somebody that worked there. And so I did some research and I got someone to tell me their story. She volunteered. So Daniela Rojas, thank you so very much. And it's a really, really amazing program for young girls, and each chapter tailors its programs to meet specific needs of the local community. It also offers after-school programs, summer camps, and mentorship opportunities to support the girls. And if you'd like more information, girlsincla.org. There's girlsincla.org. But as I mentioned earlier, there's 78 chapters across the United States and Canada. So if this is something that you may want to tell someone else, make sure that you look up the city and see how you could get involved. And you could also donate as well.
So very inspiring. Very inspiring. Girlsinc.org.
Yes.
Okay.
But the LA version is girlsincla.org. Yes.
Speaking of LA.
Yes.
Before we run out of time.
Yes, sir.
You have a decision to make on air. As you wear a Dodgers hat, I just want to remind you of the seriousness of this moment.
Okay, well, I've made a decision. Steph, do we have a drum roll?
Oh, you need a drum roll.
Yes. We have to make this dramatic. It's theater of the mind. It's radio.
Steph,
I got one.
You got one?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So here we go. Hold.
Ooh, okay. I feel like someone needs to hold my hand.
Only if you pick the right one.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yes. Now you can't change later on.
I won't.
Now, but I will relinquish you from that if for some horrible reason the Dodgers don't make it to the World Series and the Yankees do. I would not want you to hold back your fandom for the Yankees.
All right.
But if the Dodgers are there and the Yankees are there, we don't want to have a misunderstanding.
Oh, man, but this would be so amazing. The last time they went to the World Series was 81, I believe.
When they met.
Yes, and 81. So we would definitely love to see that. And if you ever go to New York and if you haven't been to the new Yankee Stadium.
I haven't been to the new Yankee Stadium.
It's state of the art.
Oh, really?
It's really nice.
I hear great things about it. But if I went, I'd have to wear my Dodgers jersey, and I don't know how safe that would be.
I mean, they'll know you're a tourist. They might spit on you, but I can't guarantee that might not happen. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But you know what? You will be very brave to be wearing Dodgers gear.
Or stupid. One of the two.
You said it.
It's a different world we live in now.
Right.
Oh, but also, Stephan, I was on Threads, and producer Michelle, she's already started talking mess. Talking about Let's Go Mets. She's from New York.
Wow.
So I understand that, but she works here, all right? She needs to watch her back. She can't walk in this place with like a Mets jersey talking about Let's Go Mets.
That's like poking a bear. Like, why?
Oh, it is.
Why do that?
It is. I hope she's listening right now, okay?
I bet she is.
Don't get caught slipping.
Yeah.
All right, if you walk up and down these hallways right next to the Dodger station wearing Mets gear,
that's dangerous.
I'm not saying that I want something to happen to her. I'm just saying that if nature should take its course, I'm not going to drop any tears. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, boy, you are hilarious.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I know you're
I'm serious about my Dodgers. Nautica, always good to see you.
Always.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Now on Nature with Mo Kelly, Mark talks about movies and TV, pontificates about pop culture. Rahner Report with Mark Rahner. Mark Rahner right now. Mark Rahner right now. Mark Rahner right now. Report with Mark Rahner.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. Now it's time for the Rahner Report. Take it away, Mark.
Saturday Night is a behind-the-scenes dramatization, a really frenetic one, of the first 90 minutes leading up to the live broadcast of the first Saturday Night Live show back in 1975. You know, when it was funny. Here's some of the trailer for Saturday Night. I think I bleeped the naughty stuff out all right.
Okay, let's see if we can get through one of these skits.
Sketches. Baby, please.
Okay, you ready, camera one?
Yeah. Okay, do we go again?
Actors on their mark.
My name is Lorne Michaels. I'm the producer and creator of Saturday Night. We're excited because there's never been a television show like this.
Okay, but what kind of show is it, Lauren? Do you even know what the show is?
Did anyone ask Edison what a light bulb was before he harnessed electricity?
Who are you in the metaphor?
Chevy Chase, Gilda Radner, Dan Ike. How do you pronounce this?
Well, these can't be the right size.
Yeah, you're right. They should be a little bit smaller.
And action on rehearsal. And now, weekend update.
Good evening. Gentlemen, how long have you been standing there?
Long enough.
I got to cut this off because I could listen to the whole thing. Not only did I really dig this movie, but the kind of movie like this is required viewing for me. I love stuff like this. Like if you don't buy this book, we'll shoot this dog about the National Lampoon, which was the funniest magazine in all of human history. Drunk, stoned, brilliant, dead. And people from Lampoon went straight to SNL in the early days. Saturday Night seems to get a lot right, but it's not a documentary. I don't know how much is embellished. I don't know how much is sanitized. I suspect they were doing more drugs than the movie shows. I hope they were. And I've heard and read and seen enough about Milton Berle and his, let's call it a tripod, to believe that he could have unspooled it in front of someone at SNL, whether he actually did so or not. Legend has it that this was his regular show and tell item, his party trick. So Saturday Night's not a documentary, but it gets the essence of the show. And when I say back when it was funny, we can argue about whether it's funny now. I think it ranges from hit and miss to painful. And I always watch Weekend Update regardless. We've all got our takes. What this movie does, though, is it reminds us the show wasn't just funny back in 1975. It was subversive rock and roll, edgy comedy that TV audiences hadn't seen before. Everybody talked about it. It was the hippest thing on TV. Sketches immediately became pop culture touchstones that people quoted, and they still do. People really did say land shark at school when they got to school on Monday and made Fred Garvin male prostitute references at work, all of it. This was the mid-70s, by the way, when culture was changing with the new Hollywood and all those edgy directors and with porn becoming legal. What I'm saying is SNL stood out as edgy even amid all that, if you can imagine the scenario. How the hell did they even get that on the air? Well, this movie answers that question. The show was so hip that George Carlin was the first guest host, and he's played in the movie by Matthew Rhys from The Americans, who is so uncanny that I didn't even realize it was him for the first hour. What is depicted happening in 90 minutes of real time couldn't possibly have happened. It seems more like an amalgam of familiar scenarios and people crammed all together for drama's sake, but the spirit rings true. And most of the actors absolutely nail the people they're playing. Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, Garrett Morris in particular. Sorry I left people out. I got like 6 minutes here. Gilda, Lorraine. They're mostly lesser-known actors playing these people, which works to their advantage. Even behind-the-scenes characters like writer Mike O'Donoghue, who came from Lampoon, and he died young in his 50s, too. J.K. Simmons plays Uncle Milty, who was old school, unhip, didn't fit in at all. And if you go back and watch that episode he really did host, it is exquisitely cringy because he just seems to be operating in a different dimension than everyone around him, a cheesier dimension. The focal point of Saturday Night, the movie, is young Lorne Michaels, who always seemed inscrutable to me. He's supposedly nearing retirement now after the longest run in show business since the actual NBC Peacock. The co-creator, Dick Ebersol, is portrayed in the movie as just kind of a useless putz. Gabriel LaBelle, he plays Lorne as kind of a tireless, true believer in what he's trying to get started, even though he can barely explain what that is to the network suits, who would just as soon play a Johnny Carson rerun at 11:30 on Saturday night. There were lots of variety shows with comedy and music at the time. In fact, I passed out last night watching an old Sonny and Cher show on YouTube, Tony Orlando and Dawn. But what Lorne had in mind was something that made all those shows look about as cool as Hee Haw. And don't anybody come at me about Hee Haw. Lorne had to wrangle all that talent, especially John Belushi, who was, let's just say, a handful. People behind the scenes were trying to undermine him with crappy product placements, feuds that turned violent, sets and props weren't ready. And in the name of God, who else would have put Andy Kaufman on the air? Good eye, to say the least. The movie's stressful, and the movie really is mostly one note. That note is frantic. Jason Reitman directed and co-wrote it, and this is my favorite thing he's done. Lots of rabbit holes to go down after this. Those early episodes on video, the Lampoon stuff, cocaine. Highly recommended. I think, Mo, you're going to love this especially.
Okay. Did Chevy Chase and Bill Murray really get in a fight, a fist fight?
Bill Murray didn't come on board at the very beginning. Chase left very early, and Murray came on after that. I've heard them both interviewed about it, and I guess they had some sort of thing, but it's long since passed. Now, we have just another second for funsies, because it's October. I want to recommend make another quick horror film recommendation. This one's still in theaters. It's called Strange Darling. I'm not going to tell you very much because the movie's about keeping you off balance. It's essentially what would have been a nasty little drive-in flick for grown-ups back in the day, but with better everything. Also, a disjointed chronological structure that guarantees you don't know what's going to happen or who's going to do what. You're not going to second-guess this movie, and you're in for some shocks. It stars Willa Fitzgerald, who played the young female sheriff's deputy in the first season of Reacher. This is a role that's about as far from that as possible. She hooks up with a guy for some freaky stuff that goes extremely wrong and becomes a violent nightmare. Some odd trivia about Strange Darling. Giovanni Ribisi, the actor, is the cinematographer on this, and he's pretty good at it. Two decent ones this week. No Code Browns. Got to wash that Joker taste out of our mouths, Mo.
No, out of your mouth, because I'm not watching it ever.
You're not going to take the bullet for the team?
Nope. Sure not. Sure not.
Then I have done my job.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
And I want to make sure that we have enough time to get you all in the pre-Halloween soiree at the Honda Studios here at iHeartMedia, complete with celebrity guests and prizes that we're going to be giving away. We've already secured one of the prizes. So as the show progresses, it's a live show. We're going to be giving away prizes to the studio audience. So if you're a true diehard listener and you want to go to the party, the soiree is Halloween themed. And yes, we encourage you to come in costume because there will be some cool prizes for those of you in costume. I'll be in costume, or kind of costume. You know, it's got to be comfortable. It's got to be feasible. It's got to be practical.
Because you're still working technically.
Oh, no, I'm not technically working. I am definitely working. You know, Twala said he got his costume coming. He won't tell me what it is.
He hasn't told me. I'm so excited. I really don't know what it is.
He's not telling us anything.
Yeah, but he's stoked about it.
He says he's all ready to go. Now, I may have like a different costume for each hour. I'll be like Janet Jackson with costume changes throughout the show. I'll be out there in one outfit. Then we'll have a ballad. Then I'll go in the back and change and come out in another outfit. You know, sit on a stool and sing a song in a third outfit. That's what I plan to do. But if you want to come to the party, you got to come by way of Name That Movie Cult Classic. And people around the office are just now figuring it out. People didn't believe me. I'm being serious. Like, we're not advertising this. This is not about come one, come all. I love all of you, but I don't like all of you. I don't want everyone coming to the party unless you're like down with the show. This is for us. This is for the Later family. We won't have any interlopers. We won't be having anyone trying to sojourn and then leave. No. It's for us and us alone. If you're fans of Mark Rahner, come. If you're fans of Stefan, come on to the party. If you're fans of Tuwala, come on to the party. If you're fans of Tiffany Hobbs, come on, because Tiffany Hobbs is going to be there. Nautica de la Cruz is going to be there. I'm told Marcia Collier is going to be there as well. And Mark, what is it you call Claudine Cooper?
The nice exercise lady.
The nice exercise lady.
Why is that so funny?
It's because it's just so random descriptor. It's like base description of her.
It's respectful yet also childish.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Okay,
childish.
Yeah, the nice exercise lady.
Exercise lady.
Well, I like her. It could have been much. I mean, we don't say my nickname. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say anything else. I like her. That's the point.
She is a wonderful individual, and anyone who's connected to the show, we want them to be there because they are integral to everything that we do here. Everything.
Maybe it'd be easier for her to come like Jane Fonda in one of those 80s workout tapes.
Yeah, with the leg warmers and everything.
Yeah, and the big hair.
The day glow colored.
Yeah,
we'll do that. So Stefan is definitely going to be there. We're going to work it out. Well, yeah, because when we do a remote from the Honda studios, no one's down here, is there?
That's kind of what we're trying to figure out. But I think
news is.
Yeah, there is a booth, I think. So I imagine.
Okay, yeah.
So I should be there.
All right. Well, we're going to make sure that you're there.
Okay.
Mark Rahner's going to be there. He may be in a mask, but he'll be there.
Well, I got to do the news. How am I going to do the news? And
because they've done it before. No, they've done it. The news up there.
Oh, they have?
Yeah. What you would probably have is like your own laptop. You'd be sitting next to, like we did at Katarina's Club.
Yeah, that was a disaster, by the way, for me. I mean, the event itself, I'm not saying anything about. That was fine, but it was nerve-wracking to try and participate in what was going on and also put together the news at the same time.
Well, you know what that means. Chris is going to have you find your own, replacement for that night.
Let's see what he says. Do you want to be in on this conversation?
Oh, I know how that conversation is going to go.
Do you know?
Oh, well, Mark, and it's not like I'm talking to,
well, you're doing
Captain
Shatner.
Kirk.
Yeah, you're doing Shatner.
But if you talk to Chris, that's what he sounds like.
He does not
yes,
sound
he
like
does.
Shatner.
He sounds like, Mark, I don't know what you want me to do. You need to have someone fill in for you.
I would be very entertained if he actually did sound like Shatner. I'd never leave this job.
Look, I can only do 4. I can do Bill Clinton. I can do Alex Trebek. I can do Bill Shatner and Keith Jackson.
Spock. Love that man.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I can add to that. I've been working on a Bones McCoy. I'm working on a Bones McCoy.
Oh, what do you got? Let's have it.
No, I said I'm working on it. It's not ready yet. It's definitely not ready.
Well, I'll give you notes.
Okay. Damn it, Jim.
Yeah, in progress. keep going, though.
I'm going to keep trying with it.
I believe in you.
No. Keep hope alive. But yes, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, and this is what I want people to understand. We want to have a raise the roof time. Yes, it's a show, but it's more about you and celebrating you for all the support you've shown us for almost 2 years now. So we want to make sure that we roll out the red carpet for you. And the Later with Mo Kelly pre-Halloween soiree on the 30th of this month from 7 to 10 live show is sponsored by Wendy's. And we're getting all sorts of cool prizes. We're still getting other confirmations of other people who will be in the house. I'm quite sure there will be some other KFI personalities who will want to roll through. Why? Because everybody wants to go to the cool party. Everybody wants to be seen at the cool party. But everyone has to go through Tuwala. People have been asking me, so how can I come to the party? Got to ask Tuwala. I'm being serious. People have asked me, and I don't want to handle it.
It's like the Eddie Murphy email response from his agent.
Oh, Arnold Robinson. It's a default response.
How do I get to the party? Talk to Walla.
Yeah, talk to Tuwala. Well, what about talk to Tuwala? It's just straight talk to Tuwala. He is the gatekeeper. If you're mean to Tuwala, your ass is staying home, or your ass is not coming to the party.
Who would dare be mean to Tuwala?
Oh,
he's the guy with the velvet rope.
Frank Luntz was mean to Tuwala. Omarosa was mean to Tuwala. There's some other people we can't say on air, but yeah.
Well, maybe Luntz's toupee was cutting off circulation.
Oh.
Give people the benefit of the doubt, for God's sakes.
And how do you get worse with a toupee as you get older? You think you would get better. Just more practice. Or the science and technology would get better. Or maybe you're more successful and can afford a better one.
Well, you think that if you're kind of thinning out and you go straight to the whole Beatles wig, nobody's going to notice. But they do notice.
We always notice. KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
Talk without the tilt.
KFI
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live